Y'all, Sinners, the movie, let's talk about it.
One day he's gonna follow you home.
Okay, so Ryan Coogler and Michael B. Jordan have united again. Baby, when those two black men come together, it's gonna be magic, period. I didn't think anything would top Creed, but baby, Sinners, oh my God. It's one of those movies you just have to go see for yourself because you don't know where you're about to go as you're watching the movie. First of all, it's set in 1932. In the entire movie, everything that happens in the movie happens in one day. 24 hours. We got everything that you could find in the movie. We got music. We got horror. We got thriller. We got adventure. We got some comedy. We got gore. I mean, y'all, this movie is everything. And it's giving a lot with the music because that's my biggest takeaway from this movie. Don't watch this video if you ain't watched this movie because I'm about to spoil some stuff. First of all, Lord have mercy, Michael B. Jordan. He's a twin in the movie.
We back now.
You twins?
Nah, we cousins.
It's two Michael B. Jordans. Good God Almighty. What do you want us to do with that, Ryan? Whose idea was this, Michael? They bought a big barn and they were turning this barn into a juke joint. They bought the barn from a white man who pretty much didn't even want to give it to him. He's Ku Klux Klan. First of all, hold that thought. He's Ku Klux Klan. And y'all buying this barn from this white man who y'all already know is a racist. But because the brothers had the bread, of course the white man's gonna get fed. You already know. So those two things, that's very important. Those two things, black brothers with money, white Ku Klux Klan, owner, buyers. Keep that in mind, please, because that's very important as well. Like I said, this whole movie is 24 hours. In those 24 hours, them brothers would have been dead anyway, because the plan was the white man had the plan for them to buy it, and they were going to come and kill everybody that was there, is what they had in mind. But, like, this movie is so deep. It's so many levels and layers to this movie. It's very hard to sit and dissect. Like, as you're watching the movie and you see everything unfold, everything's an eye-opener. And like the biggest part that was really exciting was them showing the music, how music has evolved. And even as music evolves, it's still drawing in spirits. And it can draw in the wrong spirit. Now, the young man, he's the younger cousin of the twins. So the twins are taking the young man from his father that day. And his father told him, son, his father's a preacher boy. That's his name. They call him preacher boy, but his name is Sammy. Sammy, they call him preacher boy. He was with his father at the beginning and the twins come and pick him up, but his father also lets him know, hey son, you leave and go play at this juke joint and go strum this guitar and you play the wrong things, the devil's gonna be after you, is what he was telling him. Shrug it off, whatever pops, I'm with my cousins. They loaded and ready, so I'm good. It's pretty much his thought. He loves music. He loves all types of music. This is really might be triggering for some musicians who play in church and then play outside of church. No shade at all. My husband does it. I fully support him. But it's kind of like an eye-opener to show that it's kind of hard to mix both if you're really about that. It's kind of hard to mix both because you're going to get music draws people in, and that's the thing, it draws in all types of spirits. So you're gonna want to do gospel, you're gonna want to do blues, you're gonna want to do pop, you're gonna want to do country, you're gonna want to do hip hop, whatever. It's so many different things. But this is 1932, so of course it's the blues era. So he's leaving his church, his church going father, his preacher father, who you know back then ain't playing. They not playing. So he's leaving his dad's house for that day just to go help his cousins for that night at their new juke joint. There's also a harmonica player who's also a keyboard player, which I thought he was gonna play the harmonica, baby. He got up in the juke joint and was tickling them keys. Baby, drunk or not, that man could play. So it was him, and then we have Sammy, and those two were the main entertainers for that night at the club. Now, let's hop on the women. The women were casted perfectly. They were casted perfectly, and my favorite was, oh my God, what is her name? Y'all, I'm gonna drop her name. But Jesus, she played on Lovecraft Country, and she was absolutely amazing. So as soon as I saw her on the screen, I wanted to scream, oh, that's my girl! Yeah, and I was hoping she would sing, because she can also sing. But that's neither here nor there. But her presence on this movie was vital. She's possibly the most vital part of the movie, because she is the one who is spiritual. So in the movie, we're gonna see that, I don't know if it's Smoke or Stack, I don't want to get their names mixed up, but one of the twins, that was her husband. And apparently they had a child, and they either miscarried or the baby passed at a very early age. So they were separated. He wasn't able to be in the atmosphere of where family was supposed to exist. So of course he went off and did his own thing, but he came back to his woman. The other twin also has a woman. She's a white woman, very much giving sister vibes with how she talks. She got flavor. And she and her beau, he had to keep her away. So he's being extra mean to her. Hey, she's all up in his face as soon as she sees him, because mind you, these brothers are from these parts, but they had been away in Chicago for some years, so they hadn't been seen, and they're highly respected, baby. People get out the way when these twins walk around, because they just know who they are, and they know that they don't play, they about that life. So you already got that. And then you got the white girl in 1932, a white girl who wants to be with her man. She see you done came to town, you ain't hit me up, you ain't did. What's up? She all up in his face. He being mean, trying to shoo her off, but really he's protecting her because it's 1932. That's not allowed, baby. They say it was okay then because we were up out of, slavery and all that, but y'all know it's still a problem today. So of course in 1932, hello. So anyway, she didn't care. So the movie goes very crazy because at the very beginning of the movie, even the middle of the movie, we just thinking this is music, a boy who not supposed to be in the club, what's gonna happen, it's gonna be a shootout or whatever. Mind you, I didn't watch too many trailers. I just saw Michael B. Jordan's name and Ryan Coogler, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go see that. But then when the movie came out, oh my God, social media was buzzing. I was going to go see the movie Drop, because me and my husband had a date night and I was about to get tickets for Drop, but I just kept saying, go see Sinners, because they keep talking about it. Go see Sinners. It's Michael B. Jordan. It's Ryan Coogler. You can't go wrong. Baby, I'm so glad. I still plan to go see Drop, though. But this movie just gave you everything, because when we get into the club atmosphere, you really start to see where they're trying to go with this. Because you have a scene where after a little bit of the club scene, it just kind of turns a little bit. Mind you, it's an all black cast except for the white girl. There's an all black cast, and then all of a sudden the scene literally jumps, because there's a white man. It's a house, and there's a white man who jumps into the scene. Jumps, runs to the house. Mind you, his skin looks burnt. So he going to knocking on the door telling the people, hey, it's people after me. Can y'all let me in or whatever? These people got guns. White people, all white people. It's a white couple that lives at the house, and this is a white man. He come up in there, and mind you, I'm paying attention to the surroundings. There are crows. The crows came from the field, and then they swarmed over the house. This is like a faraway shot. So they swarm over the house, and then the crows land on top of the house. So I whispered to my husband, something is dead or something is wrong, because that shouldn't be happening. Crows only come around when there's death. or if there's something they can feed off of, some type of dead flesh or something like that. So I already knew that man ain't get burnt. Something's wrong. And so he gets into the house, and then the people come looking for him. It's some people that come looking for the man. So it really was people that was after him. So I'm starting to think, okay, maybe there was. And then they asked the woman at the door, can you get your husband? Can you go get the man? Her husband hadn't come to the door. The husband and the wife came to the door together for the first man. And then they let him in. They let him in. I'm taking a pause because some types of demons you have to invite. They're not allowed in unless you welcome them, invite them. So yes, they let him in, a complete stranger. Y'all know we ain't doing that. We're not doing that. It had to be white people. We're not doing that. They let this man in the house. So then this group of other white men come looking for that one man. They ask the wife, where he at. The wife go looking for the husband, trying to find out where her husband, because like, I'm answering the door by myself with all these men. I done called you. Come on. Her husband wasn't coming. She go to the back room. Her husband laid out on the floor, and the other man's talking about how he free now or whatever. I'm thinking he killed him. Until during the juke joint, these three people, the wife and the husband who let the white man in, all three of them, all three white, come knocking on the door trying to get into the juke joint. You want to come in here? They at the door because Sammy did a song. Sammy played his guitar that his daddy told him not to play at the club he told him not to go to because it was going to invite the devil. Sammy played his guitar, played a song, the crowd got moving, baby. That's when the transition of how music has evolved came into the picture. So I'm just getting chills. I'm getting chills right now just talking about it because it was just such a powerful scene of how music affects people. So you got them showing all types of genres of music and how all those genres have evolved over time. And then you get the knock at the door. We just heard some music and it sounded beautiful. Can we come in? Can you do what? Can you come where? Because no. First of all, this is an all-black club. We ain't racist. But this is 1932. That don't sound too good to me. So it's 1932 and y'all trying to get up in the club with black people and y'all hear our music and it's not like y'all's. But they talk about they musicians and they do music too. They're musicians and they do music too. Who they sound like? Who do music? Who was the first person to be a musician and be over music and drew people in with that? Who was that? Let that simmer. I'm gonna sit back down. We heard y'all music and we just wanted to come in and party with you guys. Maybe we can play a couple of songs. No. And then they start playing their song. And mind you, the twins who at the door with Sammy and my boy, dang what he played on. He played on 8 Mile. He the tall, big guy. He was working the door. So they like, nah, y'all can't come up in here. We ain't doing that. Then they start playing their music, strumming their little banjo. And mind you, music draws people in. They sounded beautiful. They sounded beautiful. It wasn't our kind of music, but it sounded good. Why y'all trying to get in here so bad? I mean, they were pressing to get in there. So then they send the white girl volunteers her services because she the only white girl in there. That's what they said. Well, it don't seem like y'all are racist because y'all got a white girl over here. How she get in? Why we can't come in, but she in there? Oh, she family is what they said. She's family, so she can come. She can be in here, but y'all can't. We don't know y'all. So y'all got to stay out there. And then they go walk off slow talking about we just going to be out here just in case y'all change y'all mind. So party still going on. White girl get with her twin. I'm just gonna go see if they good people. So she take her white behind outside like white people do in movies, being dumb. You gonna go outside by yourself. And I was mad at her man for that, because why you let your girl go outside by herself with strangers? You let her go outside by herself, and she has an interaction with them, and she comes back to the club acting strange, like she just ready to party. She take her man, get him in the room.
Cornbread,
Man, what you done out here?
you gonna let me in? Or just sit there blocking the door?
No, come on. Go in.
Spend my money on something sweet and strong. Gonna move my body through the whole night long.
So what happened? Hell yeah. What, they want to drink with this or something? You sure? Okay. Well then, shit. You can go out there and tell them to do something.
Oh, he's scared. He's scared.
Nah.
Sammy walks in and see that they're engaging in intercourse, so he walks out. Although he was trying to get the twins' attention. They all come back. There's a fight going on or something happened. So the other twin who wants the other twin, I'm trying to get, I don't want to mix up their names, so I'm just calling them twins. The other twin went to go get the other twin who was getting it on with his girl. They walk in. She tearing that man up and eating him. Tearing into his flesh, biting on his neck. It ain't just sex anymore. She has enticed him and got him so comfortable that she was able to attack him. This is when everything changes and we actually really see the vampires. Y'all, I just wasn't expecting that turn. So we got vampires in the movie now. But the vampires, they really were just representing the devil. And how the devil comes to kill, steal, and destroy. He puts things in our faces and make it look so warm and welcoming.
Fix. Am I right? You came over here for fellowship and love.
My mother, she just passed.
I wish in my heart that we'd have met sooner. I would have liked to have saved your mother from her fate. I can still save you from yours.
Oh, now you must have me confused. I'm sad as all, but I don't need no saving.
Yes. Yes, you do.
So now we got vampires inside because the group of white people, when the white girl went out to go meet them, they turned her. They didn't show it. But when she walked off, that man jumped. And then it cut to the next scene. So it was the same jump he did when he jumped to go to them folks' house. Like, what is going? Who is this man? We knew he was superhuman, but I wasn't expecting vampire. I knew something was wrong. But, y'all, it took such a crazy turn. And honestly, the entire movie from start to finish is amazing. Because let me run it back to the very beginning. Sammy is riding in his car and pulls up to the church, and he has like a piece of guitar, bloody. He looks a mess. So he comes in the church doors of his father's church. Children are singing, praising God, people in the audience. The daddy sees him and calls him up, and he automatically knows my son has had an encounter with demons. And then that's when they run it back to a day earlier. Whew. 24 hours, all that stuff took place. So once the twin is turned into a vampire from the white girl, now we got two vampires. First of all, the white girl ran out of the juke joint because she went to go get the rest of them vampires. Talking about, we gonna kill all of you. Is what she said. We gonna kill all of you. She ran out saying that. So when she ran out, they assumed that they didn't really realize that what she was. Now, the spiritual woman, she had her discernment like something is wrong. This ain't just no regular killing. She was looking at him. She like, no, something is wrong. So they closed the door of where the brother is, the dead brother. They closed that door. Now, mind you, once she leaves and they make everybody leave the juke joint. That was the worst mistake they made. Everybody should have stayed in there. Everybody left the juke joint out there where them vampires are. That's where they ran out to. So they closed the door. Mind you, vampires have to be invited in. They cannot cross the threshold without an invite. So you start to see the bouncer, the bodyguard. He left out to go pee. Didn't come back. And then once he did come back, which was a while later, because that's when they had those in the way. Where you at? Where you at? He had somebody else working the door. The drunk man, if I'm not mistaken, worked the door a little bit. And we trying to figure out, why are you here? Where's the bodyguard? Because he's the one that's big enough to keep people away from here. Not you. You drunk. You supposed to be playing. Where you at? He missing in action and then pops up out of nowhere.
You big and strong enough to push past us?
Well, that wouldn't be too polite now, would it, Miss Annie? I don't know why I'm talking to you anyway. Smoke.
Don't talk to him. You talking to me right now. Why you can't just walk your big ass up in here without an invite, huh? Go ahead. Admit to it.
Admit to what?
That you dead.
So you listening to this? Now we out here playing games, telling ghost stories in place of doing what we ought to do.
And what is it we supposed to be doing?
Being kind to one another and being polite. Now, we is one people, and we shouldn't go in barging into other folks' places uninvited, so. You've been in and out of here all day. Ain't never need an invite then. Yeah, something ain't adding up. Can I at least get my money?
Careful.
And then there's an Asian couple that they hired to come in and do stuff. Her husband disappeared outside. He went to go get something. Then after a long while, he comes back like nothing has happened. If you asking to get inside, like you been in and out of here all day. Now all of a sudden y'all act like y'all can't come inside. That's weird. Those were red flags all over the place. And then you had the brother who is dead in the back room. You start hearing, "Hey, y'all, let me out." Nigga. You're supposed to be dead. What you mean let me out? You were dead. Your blood is all over the floor. And you talking about, you good, it hurt a little bit, but I'm good, no, I'm good. No, you gonna stay in that back room. Baby, Michael B, boom, bust out that door. It was on for me and y'all. And the very first vampire who came in, who went to the white people's house, the one who was the main person knocking on the door, trying to get inside the juke joint, he came over there and he wanted Sammy. He was telling Sammy specifically, "Your song drew me in. I want you." That's the devil. That is the devil. And you really saw it at the very end once they get to the swamp, because they told Sammy to run. Sammy ran, but then that specific vampire came to him and he wanted him. And he was pretty much telling him, just come and work for me. Come and work for me and you'll have everything. It's just like the devil. It's just how the devil was. And then Sammy started quoting scripture, prayer, all of that. That devil did it right back. He finished it for him. That just goes to let you know the devil knows scripture too. They don't care about that, baby. You got to have it right. You got to have it right. But what set it all off was the sunrise. The sun came up, and that was the end of it. All of them had to fall and flee. They all got burnt up. All the vampires that were left got burnt up, went away. But baby, it was just the devil. He even turned into fire as he had Sammy. He turned into fire. So everybody's gone. Everybody's dead. Now let's go back to the spiritual girl. She died as well. She got bit by a vampire. But before that, she had a talk with her twin. And she told him, baby, if I get bit, stab me. Because I'm not about to be no vampire. I want to go see my baby. Man, it was so deep. Because you can't have eternal life. You cannot have eternal life if you're a demon. She already knew. just let me go. Stab me. I'm gonna go back and see our baby, and I pray that you come back too. So that's what she did. When she died, he had to make that decision to honor her wishes, and man, that broke him. I almost wanted to cry with him. He had to stab her so that she would actually be gone. And then at the very end, you saw that even when he was fighting the Ku Klux Klan, because the Klan shows up the following day. After Sammy goes to church, he pull up at the church or whatever, the scene go back to the barn, they show up to do what they were supposed to do, which was to kill them. They was coming to kill those people. Nobody was there except Twin. He come from the woods shooting. Bop, 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 bop. Then he get the drum on. Baby. One of the best scenes. And so it came down to him dying. And then he looks over and he sees his very beautiful spiritual woman dressed in all white, holding the baby in all white, breastfeeding. Oh my God, it was so beautiful. Beautiful scene. And she just telling him, hey, we ready for you. So he go ahead and kill the last person, because he got shot as well, so he's dying. He's dying. That's why he saw her, because he was already leaving. So he went ahead and finished off the man who that they bought the barn from. He killed him. That was the last person he killed. He killed him and went on to be with his woman. So they lived happily ever after. They get to go on to eternal life. Twin, who he let go, pops up at the end. Mind you, Sammy goes back to play the blues. You got to watch the movie all the way through the credits. Go through the credits. Don't stop. Sammy goes and continues to play music. So now we in 1992. This is 60 years later. 1932 to 1992. 60 years later. He's at least almost 80 or pushing that. Something like that. But he's still playing the blues. He goes to the bar after he get done with his blues set. He go to the bar, have him a drink. Guess who walked through the door? Twin and the white girl. Twin and the white girl still look the same. Why? Because they vampires. He says to him, oh yeah, I'm good. I've been alive this whole time. My brother didn't want to kill me. He just told me to stay away from you. So whenever you ready to turn, because you getting old, and we still listen to your music, bro, you still good at what you do. But when you get old enough and you tired of living the life you live, I'ma change you if you want me to. It's what he put on the table. You can come be with us. And to be honest, y'all, I think Sammy gonna take it. Because he was pretty much like, I don't know if it was the way it is for y'all like it was for me, but that was the best night of my life, is what Sammy said. That was the best night of Sammy's life. This movie is incredible. Incredible. The best movie I've seen in the last decade. Like, I want to go see it again. And if y'all go see it, baby, go see it in IMAX. Y'all, like, I don't know what to tell y'all. This movie, like, go see the movie and you're going to want to see it again and again and again. That's how great the movie is. Sinners, Ryan Coogler, Michael B. Jordan, y'all did that. Y'all go see that movie. Go support. It's black greatness. That's all Ryan Coogler does is greatness. Also be on the lookout for Jordan Peele's him, because I'm gonna be there to see that too. Y'all have a blessed day. Peace.